All right, guys, Kwon is clearly on the run. We're going to be discussing that and also everything that you need to know to be fully up to date with Terra Classic. First of all, jumping on to the news today, Kwon clearly on the run. Korean authorities request Interpol red notice. South Korean prosecutors have asked the country's foreign ministry to revoke Kwon's passport. We have begun the procedure to place him on the Interpol red notice list and revoke his passport. We are doing our best to locate and arrest him. He is clearly on the run. On Saturday, the Singapore police clarified that Kwon was no longer city-state. So Kwon is no longer in Singapore. They're trying to get his passport taken away from him, and he is attempting to be put on the Interpol's red notice list. So things are not looking good for Kwon. Just quickly, I'd like to say that this is pure speculation, my opinion, and this is all alleged, just in case. But pretty wild stuff, right? So we might finally see the end of this act, the final act of Kwon and the original Terra debacle season, whatever you want to call it. Wild stuff. But interestingly enough, if we do look at the price of Luna, we can see that we've actually had some nice price action when this news actually came out. So interesting stuff here. And it's not been negative, which is also good, because when we had the arrest warrant story, it was actually negative for the price. But what we're seeing of Luna Classic right now is actually a very nice interaction with this upper line of resistance here. Remember when we broke through it before, we bounced around it for a long time. Eventually the bears did win, bouncing down here on this support, then breaking back through, which was nice. A little bit of a retest, another retest here, and hopefully we can continue upwards. Now, you can currently trade Luna Classic with leverage or on the spot market over on BitGet. If you did want to use the spot market, there are zero trading fees, absolutely zero trading fees, which is awesome. And you can also trade Luna Classic here on the futures market with LUNC here. You can trade it on this market, which is absolutely awesome. I did actually open up myself a trade earlier, which has been automatically closed because we are right at that position order history. Here we go, realized profit, a little bit of $20 here, closed long. Does it say does it say order details? It doesn't say how much I made. But yeah, that was a little long that I got into just this morning to test this out, and it's working. So if you guys do want to make the best of this, you want to trade on leverage with Luna Classic, you can do so using the link down there in my description, and you can also get a $4,400 bonus with that link. Now, interestingly, I did check out Google Trends again for the term LUNC and the term Luna Classic, and we are seeing an expectation that the excitement is dying off. Now, this isn't actually the real case. This is what Google is expecting to come forward. So hopefully we can actually show them that this is not the case and that we are still very much interested in Luna Classic. The overall crypto greed and fear index today sitting still in extreme fear, but slightly better than we were yesterday. The bubbles are all green today. So the market is, what? Very odd. That's very odd. I do have internet, but okay, fair enough. It doesn't want to let me see the internet. Anyway, in other news, we have the SEC has basically released a complaint against the crypto influencer, but they've suggested within the complaint that all of Ethereum's transactions are under the purview of the SEC because a lot of the node validators are in the US, which seems ridiculous. They're basically claiming that all transactions on Ethereum are saying that this enables the SEC to characterize doing business on Ethereum blockchain. So any transaction on the Ethereum blockchain as doing business on a US securities exchange. Now, this is absolutely wild. I don't think this is going to go anywhere, but what they were trying to do, in my opinion, is sneak this in so they could use it as legal precedent, right? Use it as legal precedent in the future, right? Precedent in the future. So they can go back on this if it passed and say, hey, here was legal precedent that it is US jurisdiction, which is pretty wild. Again, if you're in the UK as well, FTX is now being targeted by the government, saying that they don't have the right authority to actually have an exchange. So be careful. If you do have your stuff on FTX, maybe move it off just in case. One of the best things about BitGet is that currently there's no KYC. So you can access this from anywhere in the world right now. So it may be an idea to just set this up in case you need it in the future. But just if you are in the UK, watch out for that. Over on Ethereum, we are still sitting at 13.53. So not really any movements thus far, just trying to figure out what's happening. And of course, Bitcoin now just bouncing off that buy region. I did buy some more Bitcoin yesterday, and we are up around 3 or 4% since then. So nice moves in the overall market. We are looking like the market is calming down a little bit. Tomorrow we do have the FOMC meeting, so we do decide whether or not these hikes are going to be 75 basis points or 100. If it's 75 basis points, I think the market will be fine. 100 points, I think the overall market stocks and shares are going to react negatively. I think initially crypto is going to act negatively, but then I do think for some reason there's going to be some sort of bounce, because I think that people will think that that is the peak, that's the top, like ripping the band-aid off, we're at the top and now we can get better. So that's what I'm thinking in the market. Hopefully that was a little bit of value for you guys, a quick nugget of value, and I'll see you guys in the next one.